Cool. Well, we got some good people out here. We got some hot dogs and energy drinks. Kawasaki's getting us all juiced up for the demos. Got a whole bunch of sick bikes over here. What's going on, everybody? It's Nice Pants Lance. That's right, you guessed it. I'm demoing another Kawasaki during this Let the Good Times Roll event. So they're letting me demo a Kawasaki Z900. I think this is it right here. Yep, it's basically a naked sport bike. It's got a 900 something cc engine in there. This bike did replace the Z1000. Yeah, it seems like this is just a more rudimentary version of the Ninja 1000 SX, yeah?
Yeah, it's more basic. Got you in Sport Ride, which is the best performance.
Okay, cool, all right. Clutch feels a little lighter than that Ninja 1000 SX too. A little more upright, definitely got straighter bars on it. Definitely feels a little more cramped. Definitely more of an upright seating position. The bars come up, sort of pitches me over the front a little bit more. I don't know if this has a quick shifter on it. I don't think this has a quick shifter on it. The display doesn't give me as much information as the SX, but it is nice. It's a full color TFT, tells you, you know, miles till empty, and you know, it's got some other stuff, trip A, trip B. Looks like miles per gallon on there, and you know, your basic info. Temperature and, you know, fuel. So feels pretty light. I'm 6 feet tall. I got a 32-inch inseam, and I can flat foot this pretty easy. Kind of gotta force my legs down a little bit, but so it's not that tall. I will admit this tank is like right up against my my gooch. So I'm sure that holding the tank with your legs is kind of customary with this bike. I'm sure it is a naked sport bike after all. I won't be giving you too much information on this bike. We're just here to ride today. There's really not much else to say. I think this has dual brakes in the front, I want to say, and I'll probably flash a few pieces of info on the screen. I'll try. I'll try.
Let me see those thumbs in the air. Alright, we're looking good. You'll be first out. Riders, come out as I call you, please.
Okay, nice clunk in the first.
First piece, the 1000 Z900 CX6R.
Whew, man, my feet are up high. Yeah, my feet are definitely up high. Kind of feel like I'm pigeon-toeing this thing. But puts my legs right up against the tank where you'd want it. It's got a very pleasing sound to it. Wow, okay. Whew. Man, this thing has some power to it. I definitely feel like I'm more on top of the bike. I feel like there's nothing in front of me. I mean, I feel like most of my weight is right over this front wheel, so I get a ton of feedback from the road. It's not as buttery smooth as the Ninja 1000 SX. This does give me a decent amount of feedback, so it definitely feels sporty. This is a cable throttle. Is it a cable throttle? Oh, it might actually be electric. It does, yeah, you know what? It has riding modes. Of course it's got an electronic throttle. Okay. Once you get above 6,000 RPM, this thing really pulls. Really freaking pulls. I don't know how much horsepower and torque this bike has, but yeah, you could probably get the front end up in third gear, I bet. Looks like the guy in front of me just popped a wheelie. That was pretty sick. Without a doubt, you could do that with this bike. I really like the brakes. The braking isn't as sharp as my current bike, but the braking power is more than sufficient. You could easily do a stoppie or, you know, any sporting braking maneuver, no problem. Yeah, this bike is definitely geared in such a way that makes it feel like you have way more punch. I thought this bike would be just like the Ninja 1000 SX, but it's really not. I think they designed the overall power and the overall power delivery. I feel like they designed it to be more of a raw feeling bike. Definitely a bike that you want to rip around on, and this one feels like it could just pull right out of your hands if you gave it all she had. Which I like that. I like a bike that's nice and torquey. I don't think there's a quick shifter on this bike, but I know you can put a quick shifter on something like this, and if I own this bike, I would put a quick shifter on. Because of the forward-leaning position of this bike, it's definitely not as comfortable as the Ninja 1000 SX. I would go to say it's not even as comfortable as my Speed Twin. This is definitely more of a naked sport bike than what I've got. Despite how upright it is, this is definitely more geared for sporty riding, for sure. The throttle is a little lurchy, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's because of the play in the throttle, but it does feel a little lurchy. It's harder to be smooth with this bike. It does feel pretty good, you know. I got it at 6,000 RPM. It seems like that's where the fun begins, is around 6. It sounds like quite a bit. My Speed Twin actually redlines at just over 7. So the fact that this bike can just kind of buzz along at 6,000 RPM and it's just starting to have fun, that tells you what kind of power band this has. This is the kind of bike that you could wind out in a straight line and it would just pull you along. This is definitely more for the daily rider sport bike kind of guy, you know, someone that wants a sport bike, wants that sporty handling, wants the sporty power band, but yet isn't committed to that full-time sport bike riding position. is definitely something that you can just go to the bar with your friends on, or you know, go on a daily ride without needing to prove yourself or anything crazy. Woo! Woo! I totally just made traction control kick on in first gear. Thing wanted to power wheelie. Really like this bike. It's really not as buttery smooth as the Ninja 1000. This is definitely more raw, gives you more feedback, feels a little more controllable, something you can just sort of romp around on. You know, a bike that does many things well. Still buttery smooth even at 4,200 RPM. I could feel myself getting a little tired of the seating position. I do feel like there's not much underneath me. I know a lot of naked, upright seating bikes kind of make you feel like you're sitting right on the front wheel, but this bike especially, I mean, it just feels like I got nothing in front of me. And I do like a light bike, but not having anything in front of me does kind of, it's not the most settling kind of feeling. Dude, that guy on the Versus is like popping wheelies. That's totally cool. The throttle just feels so on and off for me. I know it's in sport mode, but still. And the suspension was definitely not as plush. Shoot, I don't even think I noticed it on the 1000 SX, but this bike, yeah, it definitely, you can definitely feel that this is a more simple bike. An engine and two wheels, you get a fancy display, you know, you got a good platform, it's got adjustable features, and you know, the levers are adjustable, it's got good brakes and ABS, so it's got everything you want. It doesn't have too much of all that extra stuff. If you're the kind of rider that cares about performance and handling, and you don't really care about looks or features, you know, then this bike is a no-brainer. I mean, for the price point, you can't beat having a nice smooth four-cylinder with a ton of performance to it for the price. Now that I'm on a smaller bike that's a little more intimate with the motor, I can actually hear the engine note a little better, and it definitely is growing on me. I'm not the biggest fan of these four-cylinder bikes. I feel like once you've heard one, you've heard them all. I know. It definitely handles nice. It's very snappy. Although I will say I can't quite test the lean angle. We're not doing anything too wild. What is this guy doing right here? Nice. Right up to 60 in second gear, just like that. I didn't even hit red line either. So yeah, this bike will get up to 60, no problem. It's not the best over bumps, to be honest with you. It doesn't have the most plush ride either. The seat is kind of flat. I like the rear brake though. The rear brake is, you know, it's right where you think it should be. I've had rear brakes where you really have to pigeon toe just to activate that brake, and this one's in a comfortable position. You're definitely not going to win any beauty pageants with this bike, but it's fast. I mean, the thing can hoon around. I'm sure you could do wheelies and burnouts and all sorts of stuff. It doesn't really have rip your arms out kind of torque down low, but it's so punchy in the mid-range that, you know, it kind of feels like the same thing. A very short-geared, punchy mid-range is as good as a powerful low range, if you ask me. I know a lot of Harley guys brag about their down low torque, but you know, a super powerful mid-range, it does the same thing for me. It does the same exact thing. So oh, busy traffic out here. Definitely not my favorite group ride, but still pretty cool. I got to crank the throttle a few times, you know. Ooh, excuse me. You know, I got it at, you know, 4,000 RPM, 30 miles an hour. Actually, I got it in first gear now, 3,000. 50 miles an hour, just like that. Very nice. Oh yeah. Yeah, this thing has got some surging 4-cylinder power. You know what? I kind of understand why people like these bikes so much.